you as a foodie, everybody has to eye this beautiful food that is before us. We're going to have the chef on shortly to tell us about these dishes. But Juan, you've tasted these delectable things. What do you think?
Well, I scarfed them. So I'm not quite sure.
I didn't quite taste them either. I kind of
They were they smelled so good. So by the time I made it there, I was like, oh. But everything is wonderful. Everything was very fresh, and I appreciate that. And the flavor layers, it's that curry thingy that's on the spoon.
We have to bring the chef in then.
Come on.
This is the executive chef here at the Four Seasons Chicago, Stephen Wambach. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks for coming.
Chef, tell us what you've served here, because we've all been scarfing on it, and it's delectable.
So let's start from the front. Here we have.
Savoring each little flavor you put in there.
And savoring it.
Savoring it, not scarfing it, exactly. So let's start with the front. Front, we have a roasted carrot salad. So you have a little carrot puree, which is made with nothing but vegetable stock, olive oil, and salt. On top of that, you have a roasted purple carrot. It's actually called a purple haze carrot that we get from the market.
Hendricks would have liked that.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix would have liked that. Exactly.
I was going to say, I know the song.
I'm just saying, I'm
So
of
then we
that
have
era.
that, and then we marinate that in a mixture of about 12 to 14 spices. Then on top of that, a little bit of lime yogurt, and then a little piece of the carrot front. Over here, for my last job, we used to serve these as the amuse. This is an everything bagel, so it's a gougere with everything spice, and then in it you have a vegetable cream cheese. So it's like an everything bagel in one bite. Me being
And
from-
healthy.
And no, I wouldn't say the healthiest thing in the
Vegetable
world,
cream
but
cheese.
yes. It's a small bite, so it's healthy. It's better than eating a whole everything
Until
bagel
you
with
eat
cream
6
cheese.
of them.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which was
did
me.
like melt in your mouth.
It did.
It
Yeah.
was really good.
It does. It's
Very
really
good.
tasty.
And?
And then up front here we have a roasted tenderloin of lamb, and on top of that you have a dried fruit relish that's made with apricots and dates and piquillo peppers. You have some capers in there, some onions, some
that was
espelette
good.
chili, and some almonds, pistachios, and hazelnuts. So again, about 14 ingredients on top of that, and then
This is my favorite.
in the back, you have a tuna crudo, and a lot of people go with soy sauce or sesame oil with the tuna. I like to go the French route with it. So here we have a passion fruit vinaigrette that's made with a little bit of coconut milk, a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of lime zest, some olive oil, and then you have a heart of palm, which represents all the time that I spent in Rio de Janeiro. I've been there 5 times and cooked there with 5 times with Claude Toigreau. And then the first Perigord truffles of the season that we
And it's
microplaned over
beautiful.
top.
That's what I was going to ask, because that was the only dish I didn't taste, and I didn't get any truffle, so, all right.
I didn't get any
Which one did you use the
truffles.
truffle in?
So our influencer friends tried them. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
So good. I mean,
Excellent.
You know,
very, very good.
they're mini but mighty, because there's so much flavor in that one little bite. And who knew there were 14 seasonings in that one little carrot? It's amazing, plus a lime yogurt. I want to let people know, because we are broadcasting live from the Four Seasons Chicago, here in Chicago, and we really are talking about staycations today. And there's so many great restaurants in Chicago, and people are like, oh, well, let's go here. There is such a great restaurant right here in the Four Seasons that you feel like you've walked into the lap of luxury, with the big fireplace, a wonderful bar. And I have to say, you've brought some really great items to the menu. It's a really great little, I don't want to say little menu, but there's so many variations, and you change it frequently.
Oh yeah, we change the menu 4 or 5 times a year, not like in the traditional hotel sense. I treat it like an independent restaurant in that sense. That's my background, is independent restaurants. It's my first hotel job, and I think it's important to work locally with all the incredible Midwest produce and some of the Midwest meat. But I think it's also important to stretch to all corners of the earth for the best produce you can find, like truffle, or John Dory, or Dover sole, or the red prawn of Spain and stuff like that. I think all that needs to be brought in as well. As much as we focus on local food, we also need to stretch out, because we're very limited here as far as fish.
Right, because it is a Four Seasons.
Even though we're by the
you expect the food is going to be great anyhow, because it is the Four Seasons restaurant. But the thing is, John Dory, the things that you're sourcing and bringing in make it feel like it's more of a just restaurant that you should
Like
try
down
with
in
your
Chicago,
family.
maybe
Yeah,
too.
it's wonderful.
It kind of takes you away.
Yeah, it takes you away a little bit. The dining room is very comfortable, very beautiful. You know, we just started our tea service, our high tea service. You're enjoying the tea cocktails
Yeah.
that
Yes,
Graham and
and
Mark
look
came
at-
up with. They're beautiful little mugs.
Like a
Very,
Moscow
very
Mule.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really good.
Just incredible. So I really want to highlight the high
This
tea.
is the cold one.
That's between 2:30 and 4, Monday through Sunday, until
Fantastic.
December 30th.
With the finger sandwiches and everything.
With the finger sandwiches, so we have a little bit of classic, and then we have a
Very
little bit
British.
of new stuff.
So you can't talk hot tea or high tea without talking about the sweets that come along with it. And I don't know if we have any of the sweets that are on the
Right over here.
Right there.
for the tea, but the sweets that we've been able to eat here today
Oh yeah.
are amazing. And I'd love for you to talk us through a little bit of the sweets.
For
'cause
sure.
I'm drooling here.
By far, I have worked in 28 restaurants, and this is by far the best pastry team I've ever worked with in my life.
Macaroons
so
are like such
here-
a hot trend. Everybody loves them.
Everybody loves them. What's going to be the
Everybody
next
wants them.
macaroon? What do you think, though? I think eclairs are going to make a comeback.
They should.
Yeah, I honestly
Wait,
think
the
eclairs are going to make a
donut came and
comeback.
went
We'll
so
see.
quickly.
Yeah, so here you have a peppermint macaroon that's dressed like a snowflake. Here you have a dark chocolate ganache and a dark chocolate shell that's seasoned with raspberries, and that's real edible gold. Here we have a milk chocolate pâté choux with a hazelnut praline. Here you have what's known as basically a version of an apple caramel cheesecake. And here you have a layer of what looks like a pistachio genoise. You have a little bit of coconut in there. You have a little bit of a layer cake of probably made of vanilla. And these incredible little pâte fouilles on the side with a white chocolate sphere on top.
Really pretty.
Do you think you've got foodies like G1?
Yes.
You've got foodies. Our bloggers are serious
Here, yeah.
foodies too. Do you find it harder and harder to be an executive chef because the clientele
Everybody's a
really
critic.
knows food?
The clientele has definitely shifted in the last 5 years, for sure. You know, I think it's really made a shift in a good way because now the chef has been brought out of the kitchen basically as a servant, and then I mean, maybe we're talking real here. Moved from a servant now into the spotlight, which I think is
Right.
an incredible thing. But with that also comes more discerning customers that you have to please and you have to push yourself. And I think that's a good thing. You know, you can't rely on all the classics anymore. You have to really push yourself in order to impress the clientele these days.
And
I think
not
that's
only
very,
on
very
taste
important.
too, but for look, because it has to be
Yeah.
tweetable, right? It has
Oh,
to
for
be
sure.
Instagram. I mean, you
Instagrammable
never
and
used to have to
dressed.
prepare your dishes for Instagram. Now you do.
Or post something every day on Twitter and Instagram and
True.
Facebook and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm
become
curious,
such a big
like
part
how
of
many is
society.
actually going like this? I know I do. In a restaurant during a day, I'm just, you know, it has changed a lot in the restaurant world. And it must be a great pleasure for you as a chef in seeing that when people are tweeting out
Your food
Right.
on Instagram?
Oh no, it's great. It's a great thing to see coverage like that, and I think you know the more people that are out there, the more people that are getting into it, the better off for me.
Well,
In the
I
end.
have loved everything that you prepared today. And like I said, it's a great restaurant to come. And once you park here, you know, at the Four Seasons in Chicago, we're going to be talking about it later. You have the mall in here. I mean, you could do all your Christmas shopping.
There's a salon in here.
A salon.
You have the spa
The
spa
spa.
right here
as
in the
well,
hotel.
so you
And
can really-
beautiful views.
We
Yeah.
might
Beautiful
not,
views
Yeah.
from the
we're just gonna
restaurant.
stay here. You might not notice us.
Well,
hopefully.
when I first moved out here, I had the opportunity to live here for 6 weeks, and it was incredible.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yeah, that was
Thank
very,
you
very
so
nice.
much. We really appreciate.
We really appreciate. We're in the lap of luxury. I mean, how often do you go to a presidential suite, have your tea, have all the food, and have the chef here?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So,
So
well, great. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you,
and,
Chef, for joining
enjoy your
us.
holidays.
And
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Chef Wambach.
Chef, thank you so much. Somebody bring me some chocolate. Anyways, I want to let you know, keep tweeting with us today because we do have some prizes. We've got some great taffy apples to give away, Miss Printables, and a gift basket. We also want to let you know that coming up a little bit later on the show, we have. It's actually called the Chef Concierge, right? Which kind of confused us. We're like, wait, why are we having two chefs on?
French term.
But that's the French term, so now we all know, not just me.
We learned that was a whole, you know, we were assuming, is it chief concierge? But we learned that it's chef concierge.